Morning, folks. With breaking news out of the Middle East, we're turning our attention to a timely and critical topic: the growing potential for civil unrest and arrests across North American cities like Detroit, Ottawa, Montreal, and beyond. The U.S. and Israel's joint military strikes on Iran, launched early this morning, February 28, 2026, and dubbed Operation Epic Fury by President Trump, have already ignited global tensions. These attacks target Iran's nuclear sites, military infrastructure, and aim to degrade its regime, following months of U.S. warnings over Tehran's nuclear ambitions and its brutal crackdown on domestic protests that killed thousands. But here at home, this could serve as fresh ammunition for a wide array of activist groups to mobilize, potentially leading to protests that disrupt daily life and result in arrests. Let's unpack the facts, the risks, and how this could play out in our communities. To start, context matters. The strikes come after failed nuclear talks and Iran's suppression of nationwide anti-government demonstrations in late 2025 and early 2026, where economic woes fueled calls for regime change. President Trump has framed the operation as a push to eliminate imminent threats and even urged Iranians to overthrow their leaders in a Truth Social video. While the military action is ongoing, with explosions reported in Tehran and other cities, critics in the U.S. Congress have already voiced concerns about unauthorized war and potential American casualties. This isn't just a foreign policy flashpoint, it's one that could ripple into domestic streets, much like past anti-war movements. Historically, events like this have galvanized a broad coalition of groups opposed to U.S. foreign policy. We're not talking solely about college campuses, though they've been hotbeds for pro-Palestine and anti-war actions. Think beyond that. Anti-ICE networks, which have protested immigration enforcement and border policies. Anti-Trump organizers from the resistance era, who view such strikes as escalatory imperialism. Anti-Israel advocacy groups pushing for boycotts and divestment, and leftist-aligned entities including socialist organizations, environmental activists linking war to climate issues, and social justice collectives like those tied to Black Lives Matter or Antifa-inspired direct action. These groups often intersect, seeing U.S. military moves as extensions of domestic injustices, racism, inequality, or corporate greed. For instance, in the wake of similar tensions, we've seen coordinated efforts. During the 2024-2025 pro-Palestine surges, over 3,100 arrests occurred across U.S. campuses and cities as encampments blocked roads and clashed with counter-protesters. In Detroit, a 2024 caravan disrupted the Ambassador Bridge, leading to citations and arrests for obstruction. Ottawa faced similar blockades in 2024, with 4 arrests during a downtown demonstration. And in Montreal, recent anti-Israel rallies have drawn thousands, sometimes escalating into vandalism probes. Now, with Trump's Iran strikes fresh, these networks could seize the moment to protest what they see as aggression against a sovereign nation, potentially tying it to broader anti-imperialist themes. Add in allegations of foreign influence. U.S. intelligence has pointed to Iranian actors providing opportunistic support to some anti-U.S. and anti-Israel groups via online amplification or funding. While most activism is grassroots and driven by sincere beliefs, this raises questions about external meddling sowing discord. Iran's leaders have praised U.S. protesters in the past, and reports suggest indirect ties to certain entities. But experts stress this doesn't define the movements. Most are organic responses to policy. The dangers? When protests escalate, everyone feels the impact. Peaceful assemblies are protected, but a small subset can turn disruptive. Road blockades, property damage, or clashes with police or counter-demonstrators. In past cases, we've seen chemical irritants, assaults, and even fireworks deployed, injuring participants and bystanders. Arrests follow. often for trespassing, disorderly conduct, or obstruction, with some facing felonies that linger on records. Communities suffer too. Traffic snarls in busy hubs like Detroit's bridges or Ottawa's downtown. Business losses and strained public resources. Polarization deepens, with reports of heightened fears among Jewish, Muslim, and immigrant communities. As this unfolds in real time, no major North American protests reported yet on the Iran strikes, but with the news breaking just hours ago, experts predict a quick ramp-up. Cities are prepping, universities tightening policies, police monitoring social media for rally calls. If you're in an area like Montreal where anti-war sentiment runs strong, or Detroit with its diverse Middle Eastern communities, stay vigilant. Bottom line, these issues stem from deep convictions about justice, peace, and policy, but when they spill into unrest, the costs, arrests, injuries, divisions hit us all. Prioritize dialogue, know your rights, and avoid flashpoints. For the latest, check reliable local sources. Stay safe, and let's hope for de-escalation on all fronts.